そうだ。僕がキラだ。
Hello everyone, my name is Alain Gonzalez and today we're going to discuss the ethics of the famous anime and manga Death Note. Death Note is a manga created by Tsugumi Oba and Takeshi Obata in 2003 and animated in 2006. This is the story of Light Yagami, a genius teenager bored with his mundane life that suddenly discovers a notebook with a set of instructions. To summarize, you can write anyone's names on it while imagining their face and they will die in 40 seconds of a heart attack, unless you specify the cause of the death and some details about it. Out of curiosity, he tries writing the name of a kidnapper live on TV. After seeing the effects, he notices these incredible powers and starts to use the Death Note to kill criminals that he can find on TV. Police notice that there's a pattern on criminals' deaths and hire one of the best private investigators of the world, L, a mysterious person that kept his identity a secret. He sets a trap on Light after he's suspicious to discover that the responsible of this death is a person living in Kanto, Japan, capable of killing people from the distance, but incapable of killing L due to his private identity. Studies show a war of intellect, ideals, and justice. He believes that killing the criminals, he can create a crimeless world. This is his ideal of justice and he will do anything and sacrifice his own mind and humanity to achieve justice. On the other side of the coin, L is a detective that finds Light's ways immoral, unethical, and childish, focusing on stopping Light from what he believes is true justice. The incredible thing about this series is the ethical topics that it treats and how they develop. But before we go deep in these topics, let's establish a standard of what could be considered ethic. Well, we could say that something ethic would be something good with beneficial results. Let's say some examples, it could be it increased education, health, productivity, and even security. Well, something unethical would be the opposite, attempting against this good. Alright, so with this in mind, let's get into our first ethical problem presented in the show. The death penalty. As we know, Light used the Death Note to kill criminals with the intention of making justice and create a crimeless world, basically giving a death sentence to any criminal. This will raise many ethical questions. For example, to what point is it ethical to have a choice on if a person must live or die? But hey, killing criminals must probably increase the productivity in society, guarantee more security, and even health improvements by reducing the deaths provoked by crimes and violence, right? Why someone that is damaging society should be enjoying life and its privileges? Well, that's Light's perspective, but on the other side of the coin we have L, who believes that Light is a criminal, an assassin, as though that he kills unopposed to. I mean, he's doing the same in some way, right? I mean, whether or not Light's reasons are good or bad, who give him the right to choose who may live and who dies. That's why the government had to take ours in this situation. But what about society? We have Light's perspective, we know L's, and the police. But what does society think? Well, the show does a great job treating this issue, the double standards of society. In the show, we can see how people feel a sense of safety once Lights become a thing. Well, they even give him a nickname, Kira, that comes from the English word killer. More on this later. The thing is that, even if the majority won't publicly say that they support Kira, most of them really did. They thought of Kira as the hero humanity needed, giving him a lot of support on the anonymity of the internet. Kira puts this example: if in a classroom you ask the students if they're okay with death penalty, most will say no, because a human life is so valuable and precious. But it's in anonymity where people show who they really are, outside of the standards of society. But this is not only extended to society, also the police. In one episode, Matsuda, one of the characters working for the police, comments that since Kira's appearance, the criminal rates have been reduced, and he has second thought on if Kira is really the enemy. Alright, so back to where we talk about Kira being a source of security and hope for humanity. Well, we can say that he becomes a symbol of society. People had no idea who he was, they only knew he was killing criminals. In one of the episodes, we can hear a man being so grateful with Kira for killing the rapist of his daughter. Not only that, but there is a character, Misa, who becomes a follower of Kira and started working for him doing similar acts because he killed the murderer of her parents. And coming back to the ethics topic, if this symbol of justice is giving people a sense of security and safeness, is this unethical? Maybe that's what people always needed. Maybe the symbol of justice that they had at the beginning was not working. But let's remember something. Ellie's just a kid, right? A kid that for certain circumstances found himself with an unimaginable power, and he's acting like a god, deciding who lives and who dies, deciding what justice is or what he believes it is. Does this go far beyond his hands? Well, this is another interesting topic treated by the show, the corruption of power. How can power affect another human being? Well, according to the Stanford Prison Experiment, a human being with a given power can become absolutely corrupted, capable of the worst for mere pleasure or for their goals. This reflects on L's source on Kira. This led us to the question, are Kira's actions for the good and justice, or just a mere consequence of the corruption of power? Well, Kira killed innocent people just to avoid his identity being discovered, even provoking the death of his own father.
なぜそんなに時計を気になさってるんですか？
ああ、これはですね、キラだから。
In the eyes of L, Kira was acting and being used like the people he killed, another assassin, another criminal. He believed that Kira's perspective of justice was unethical and immoral, and that he acted as a child who don't want to lose and believed that he can do whatever he wants. Kira, on the other side, thought of himself as a god, doing what was necessary to achieve that crimeless world of peace that he dreamed of. Both characters thought of themselves as a definition of justice, so the final question here is, who is more ethical?
誰かがやらなくてはいけないんだ。自らの精神や命を犠牲にしてでも、このままじゃいけないんだ。もし他の誰かがこのノートを拾ったとして、この世に不必要な人間を消すことのできる奴がいるか？いるわけがない。でも僕にならできる。いや、僕にしかできないんだ。やろう、デスノートで世の中を変えてやる。